Hello and welcome back to another episode of Taking It to Dance Floor, where we talk about the topics of the episode, and it's towards the end of the season, so yeah. So the first topic I'm going to be talking about in this episode is Piper's anger towards Finn. So she's really angry towards him because he eventually turns up. Piper gets pulled from the dance whilst his plane gets delayed, and she gets pulled by the dance by Nick, the studio owner of The Next Step, because they don't have time to re-choreograph the routine. To be honest, I think that was a bad move that Nick did as a studio owner, because Nick shouldn't have kicked Piper off that dance, because Piper's dedicated to A-Troop. So eventually Piper does get to dance in the Dance Mania group routine, but she's so angry with Finn because in a way she feels like he's let her down, and he has in a way, and he's let the team down in a way, so he has to find a way to make up with them, but I'm sure he'll do that in the next episode of The Next Step. The next topic in this episode is Rochelle's betrayal to the team. So Rochelle is now a Dance Mania soloist because she decided to go behind the team's back and audition as a soloist, and one of the judges decided to pick Rochelle as the Dance Mania soloist. So in this episode of The Next Step, she's just really watching the routines and all that, and when Jones, who could be a possible rival for The Next Step, when his team wins a round, Rochelle's like clapping for them, and Nick and Emily are a bit angry with Rochelle because Rochelle shouldn't actually be clapping and all that because of him being a rival at The Next Step. But I don't see why the writers did make a sort of plot line as Rochelle betraying The Next Step, because maybe they wanted to make her like the villain of the show, but yeah, I don't think A-Troop will ever forgive Rochelle for what she did to them. So we have a possible rival troupe in this episode of The Next Step, called J. Cruz, I think it's called, and I suppose that is the troupe that Jones is from. I suppose that is his sort of dance troupe that has competed in Dance Mania before, I suppose. And yeah, so they look so good. They've got all moves and all that. So I think they'll be tough to beat in Dance Mania, because Dance Mania is different because The Next Step has always competed in absolute dance events like nationals, regionals, internationals. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, and it's exciting to see what will happen, because we don't know whether A-Troop will win Dance Mania or will lose Dance Mania, because there's just so many good dancers in Dance Mania, so we'll have to wait and see. So Finn and Emily finally arrive after their plane was delayed to go to Dance Mania because Finn was asleep in Studio 1. He overslept, which was one of the catastrophes in one of the episodes. And so they eventually arrived in Dance Mania, but Piper's not really happy with Finn because Nick had to pull Piper from the dance just because they can't re-choreograph the routine. They wouldn't have time and all that. So Finn tells Piper, "Nook, you're dancing. I don't want you to miss this opportunity." Says something like that. And so they arrive, they get changed and join the rest of A Troop for the group category dance for Dance Mania. So it is finally time for the group dance. Piper's in the group dance, Finn's in the group dance, everyone's in the group dance. And the dancers, they dance beautifully, but because Piper is so angry with Finn, she doesn't connect with him as well, and they are supposed to be the main focus of the group dance for Dance Mania. So the judges notice this, and they kind of call A Troop out on it, saying you don't have that connection. Something was off with the partnering. So yeah, that's basically what happened. So Piper and the team almost got their chances ruined. So the final topic is Rochelle's solo, and Rochelle will be doing her solo next episode of The Next Step, which she's really nervous about because for once she's not dancing with the team, and it's her first time ever. She's thinking about herself, she's not thinking about the team, she's just thinking of herself and all that. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I still think personally Rochelle shouldn't have betrayed the team the way she did, because she's usually somebody who's always there for the team, who's always there in terms of the dance, but then she just leaves. But maybe it was because she got demoted from being the face of Absolute Dance and from not becoming dance captain of The Next Step. So probably she feels like A Troop don't utilise her talents. So that's probably why she left, and she'll probably either come back to A Troop after Dance Mania, or she'll either leave the studio and get a professional dancing career or something. So I'm very keen to find out what happens next. So this is an announcement. After The Next Step Season 7 has finished, there will be a Taking It to the Dance Floor special, which will talk about the next step, and it will talk about different topics about how the show has done very well and what I would have wanted to see, happen, so like an alternative universe sort of thing. There would be covering different topics like dance captain and dance competitions, and what I think the show should do more of, and like characters who just left and who we never saw again. So yeah, that will be fun. I just letting you know. So comment on this video, your theories. Make sure to click the notification video for when I have a new video, and these videos of taking it to the dance floor happen every Monday at 12. So yeah, I'll see you for the next one. Bye guys. Oh, and make sure you subscribe.